Welcome back to 1010's podcast with Michael and Adam and Robbie. And how are you today, Adam? It's great to have you back on the show.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
Glad to have you here today with us. So go ahead and chime in at any time and give us your opinion on things whenever you're ready.
Well, we'll sit here and wait.
We'll just wait until Adam chimes in and gives us his 2 cents on things. He's been gone. He's been gone again, so he probably wants to say something.
3 out of the last 4 weeks? 4
or 6 out of the last, yeah, something like that. So I'm sure,
Is he even on this show anymore? Does
I don't
care?
know. He is. Look at him.
He's right
if
there.
you go to the YouTube video, you can see he's definitely on the show right now.
He's right now, right here.
He's this person that is this life-size Adam Nielsen looking thing that is here with us is here today. So
He's gonna be so
he's gonna be
mad.
so pissed. If you go to YouTube or look on Instagram or whatever, you'll see a life-size cutout of Adam has been gifted to us by Austin.
And it's not just like a printout. It's an actual...
It's a cutout thing.
Yeah, like cutout like you hang out at a movie theater.
Yeah, like you can see here, like his arms cut out over here, and you know what?
It's out of cardboard.
Right. It's life-size.
It's the picture from when he was at Grid Life, and he's doing like the model pose, and everybody made fun of me for my model pose when I'm literally just fucking walking. So now this is blown up for all eternity.
For us to use for other stuff.
Yes.
I mean, who knows what we'll use it for? We can use it as a stand-in when he's gone, because nobody sent us Avril Lavigne. We could have gotten her, or
this is way better.
Or who's the wrestler guy? John Cena. We could have gotten him, but no, we got a custom. This is the only Adam Nielsen
one of one
cutout produced by Fathead. I don't know what this costs. $7,000-$8,000 maybe. I'm not sure.
Too much. Plus overnight shipping.
Plus the shipping, right. Yeah, absolutely. So somewhere in the magnitude of around $10,000, we have this custom Adam Nielsen cutout, and it could be yours for $20,000. If somebody wants to give us $20,000, I'll gladly sell it to them.
We'll find a way to put it on the store. It's hilarious.
It's pretty damn funny.
Well, yeah, because you sent me a picture of it. Guess what showed up? I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
Plus, that I knew he would, like, in my eyes, Adam wouldn't miss a show for like 3 years. After missing 3 in the last 4.
Right, after Austin.
We get this nice gift, and we're going to wait to roast him with it.
Right. Well, Austin's like, I can't wait for the next show. It's like, man, but I don't know. It's not funny to... like, just have the cutout out and antagonize him with the cutout. That's not that funny, right?
He has to be gone first.
It's funny when he's not here and he doesn't know that we have the cutout. That's why I didn't tell him that I had it. And then Austin didn't tell Adam. And so, it just all the world, some planets shifted around or whatever. Venus and Neptune were in alignment or whatever the shit those hippie chicks talk about.
Those astrology chicks with the dreads.
Right, the dreads and the no shoes and the going into the co-op that we talked about, and he's gone today. Shouldn't make too much fun of him. It sounded like he's worked
2 straight days,
28 hours straight or something like that.
Yeah, that sucks.
He may not even know what planet he's on right now, to be completely honest.
If he's not super delirious, I'd be shocked.
When's the last time you've gone more than 24 hours without sleeping? Like zero sleep, like awake?
A long time. Probably high school or college.
Yeah, I would say probably college too.
I'm sure I did it in college.
There's been times in my life where, I've been really sleep deprived, and maybe I've slept a couple of really shitty hours at night,
the course of a couple
days, and you're just like, I feel like I'm going to die.
Well, I mean, even if he's working nonstop, so he goes to work at like 6 and then works all day, all night, and then all day again.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, you're still out of your fucking mind tired.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So hopefully this is not his new norm, because that sucks.
No, I don't think it's his new norm. We just got to get past a little bit of an issue. Plus, we've had, again, storm damage here in...
which is guaranteed work for him.
Iowa, which is, and you got to make hay while the sun shines, or whatever the opposite of that would be, because it's storming or whatever.
It's going to storm again today. And
yes,
tomorrow.
and tomorrow, and the day after that, the day after that, the day after that.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
The day after that, and the day after that.
If it rains at Grid Life, I'm just done with this summer already.
No, I think I'm done with this hobby in general. If it rains at Grid Life, I'm just going to pack it up.
I can't do another rainy event, because I've got...
Was your first one this year rainy or no?
Yeah.
It really?
Grid Life my last October one at Grid Life was rainy.
Grid Life Midwest, Grid Life Round 5, which was really the first outside of the area of venture that you went on.
Yep.
Right. So then it was raining then the whole time.
It never,
mind you,
it never
stopped raining.
I'm still convinced I have some weird thing growing on my foot that I got
from that. Yeah, you just can't kill.
It itches all the time. Like weird things are growing.
That might be psychological.
Extra toes.
It might not be though, because that was miserable.
My feet were wet for 4 straight days.
It was genuinely miserable. You know what I'm going to do, and I would recommend that others do this as well, because I did it last year at Grid Life when it rained all the time. I brought my boots.
Yes.
So I'm going to bring my boots.
I'm bringing
again.
boots.
Also, flip-flops. We need to remember flip-flops. Actually, you know what? We don't have a topic this week because everybody's life is a fucking disaster, and so but we're just here recording a podcast anyway. Let's do this. I want to go through that news article I had for last week.
Oh, yeah.
After that'd be good. That disaster of a show, which was a lot of fun and people liked, and it makes my brain hurt because it's like completely chaos. And I'm like, but the level and there's not enough microphones, and people are like, oh,
we loved it.
So much fun. And I'm like, oh man, we don't want to go. Well, to be fair though, it's not quite slip angle because I fixed some things in the audio.
Oh, you did some editing after the fact? I did some
editing after the fact and just adjusted some levels and stuff to try to.
We weren't adjusting levels while we were recording though.
Yes, the whole time.
Oh no, I mean like adjusting levels.
No. Right. No, we did that before. We checked our levels, and then you kind of have to contend with handing microphones off to different people, and different people speak at different volumes.
Right.
And, so you kind of have to deal with that as you go.
Balancing it out is fine, but
Yep. Yeah. All right, so Michael's opener, presented by Factor Fabrication this week, is a Jalopnik article about how to camp at the track when you hate camping, which I think is me.
Do you hate camping? It's
you know what? I really don't know. If it was, here's my caveat. The only time I've gone camping, it's fucking rained. So if we could go to a track event when it didn't rain, I think that I would enjoy camping because I love being outside. I love all that shit that girls say on their Tinder bio that they like doing.
They don't actually like to do that.
They like to go hiking for exactly 45 minutes and then they like to get back in a car that has air conditioning.
Yes.
That's okay.
They like to take a dog for a walk.
They like to take a dog for a walk in their own neighborhood.
Maybe on the trails.
Maybe.
After watching that movie, what's her name? What's it called? With that chick, she's a horrible chick. She's horrible to her boyfriend, and then he leaves her, and then she's sad because she treated him like shit. Then he left, or something.
What is this? Every man's life story? What are you talking about?
But then she went and walked the Appalachian Trail. Then everyone thought they had to go walk the Appalachian Trail and buy boots, just like her.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
I can't remember what it's called.
But I kind of vaguely.
The girl I was dating at the time was like way into it, but she didn't actually read the fucking book. She just watched the movie. Anyways,
didn't all that shit that happened to that girl then happen to her later on?
Yeah,
we don't have to go there. I'm just saying, identify patterns. Identify patterns before they happen is all I'm saying. All right, so anyway, we got really far away from that really fast. But this article, Elizabeth on Jalopnik, my point was legitimate. If you like a story about something and the outcome is shitty and it makes you sad, don't do that to somebody else. That's all I'm saying. So I just want to run through this. Some of the stuff I think we learned. I don't know if other people have learned this or not. So I'm just going to run through the highlights here. First one here is bring an air mattress.
Yeah, seriously.
Which we almost made that mistake last year.
I didn't, and then we went to Walmart and bought one for $7. I'm like, because I was really cheap. I'm like, I'll get one for $7.
You want to know my experience with air mattresses? Do you remember this?
Didn't yours pop?
The one so I made the mistake of buying not the cheapest one and then not the one that's the next level up, but 3 or 4 levels up. I'm like, I want to buy one air mattress. I don't want to buy an air mattress every 2 times we go out. The second time we went out, it failed. Yes. I don't know what happened to it, but it got a slow leak in it. And I was, when you blow those things up at the track, you need a battery powered one or you need an inverter or whatever. And so you don't they don't get, when you blow them up at home with the 120 volt, they get full.
Firm.
Yeah. So, but when you do it at the track, it's just kind of that was good enough. Let's go with this. So I didn't realize as I was laying on it that it's getting worse because it wasn't great to start with, but it's getting worse. And then all of a sudden, because it was October, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I realized that my ass is cold.
Yeah, because you're touching the ground.
Because my ass is on the ground, and I'm laying there going, why is my ass so fucking cold? And then I start rolling around. I'm like, oh, and then I kind of bounce it, and the air bounces my butt up, and then I come back down and I go, oh no, I'm laying on the ground now. I was like, fuck. What do you So I don't know. I just had to suffer through for that night. But so I know what happens when you don't have an air mattress effectively.
Yep.
It's terrible. It's not good.
Even if you have to buy a $7 air mattress every time you go, it's worth it.
Shit, maybe when we get there, we should just wing through Walmart and all buy $7 air mattresses and just have backups.
Yes. Because
every time
they're
you go
going to
camping,
sell out of them otherwise.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, we should buy air mattresses before we go. But every time you go camping at the track, maybe the trick is buy an air mattress. And then eventually after you get 2 or 3, you're like, oh, no, it's fine. I got
good.
extras. We don't have to, you just have to buy any more, But it's literally like it will ruin your experience if you don't have one.
Even sleeping in the back of the truck, I got that air mattress that goes over the seats and then touches the floor in front of the seats.
Yep.
That makes it extra wide. That's really nice. Besides the fetal position, sleeping position, because I'm too long.
Who had the foam mattress?
Thomas.
Was that Thomas?
Not good enough.
Really?
No, it's too thin. You're still on the ground.
Yeah.
But he was a Boy Scout, so
he doesn't care.
Whatever. He was prepared more than we were.
Yes, he was. This next one, this is a good one too. I feel like maybe we learned this at round 5, or we were scrambling to do this. Pitch your tent ahead of time, meaning
learn how to do it.
Learn how to do it, but also maybe the takeaway from this was wrong. Don't do it, or no, she had done it when it was dark. And then but simultaneously, that was the first time she had done it.
Right.
So my takeaway from that was don't do it when it's dark, but also probably do it ahead of time. So we probably need to get my tent out
and learn
make
how
sure
to
we have
put
all
it back
the parts
together. Yeah. Well, that's like the one I brought was my dad's from when he was real young, and I had no idea what was in it, so I assumed it was a complete tent. I think it was still technically a complete tent.
Yeah.
Good enough, I guess.
As long as you can get it.
As long as you can pitch a tent.
As long as you can get it erect, that's all that really matters. Speaking of, clean your dirty self.
This is a good idea.
Did you guys not have any wet wipes or anything like that? Really?
When we were at Walmart, I bought those the face wipes.
The face ones,
for, like the makeup removers.
Yes.
Because that's really good for getting the oils off your face at the end of the day. So I did that, but I didn't do my whole body. Plus it rained, so I was showering the whole time I was there. Besides the fungus that grew on my foot.
Well, yeah, it doesn't remove the fungus. But we're going to get flip-flops so we don't get the fungus.
Smart.
And we're going to have boots so we won't get the fungus. And then we'll have shower stuff and ability to wipe down.
Wipe down the body.
Everything will be fine.
I don't even know what it'd be like to go to a track day when it's hot out. It's been so long. It's just been raining.
Well, you're probably not going to
go.
learn this year.
No, probably.
It's probably just going to keep raining.
This is the new norm. We're just racing in the rain.
I think summer is just rain now. Like, the weekend when it comes time to do shit.
It rains on the weekends, yes. Or snows if you're in St. Louis.
Snows. Or it snowed in St. Louis?
Yeah, it sleeted.
I saw it snowed in like Boulder or something.
I was talking about my last track event.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was talking about last week.
Yeah. No, it snowed in North Dakota, too. My buddy works in the oil fields.
That's so bizarre. What's going on, man?
It's weird.
It's probably us. It's probably us because we drive cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Elon Musk has it figured out, I think. Protect your stuff. This is probably an advisory statement. Lock your stuff up in your car if you can. If you're
I think we kept almost everything in the truck besides like food and the mattresses, and that was it.
Yep. Set up by the bathroom, which I thought this one was weird because I don't think we necessarily have that problem. Like you can't get that far away from a bathroom, and the only place that we can set up is we're in the employee section, so we're by the whatever.
I don't want to be too close to a bathroom, so I have to hear a toilet flushing all night, people puking because they're partying too hard, or if I have to smell it.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
Yeah, I'd rather be a little further away than that.
3-minute walk's probably where it's at.
I'm good with that.
Let's see what else we got here. The luxuries. What was this? I don't remember this one. Oh, folding chairs.
Yeah, bag chairs, definitely.
Cooking or food vessels.
That shouldn't be an issue at Grid Life.
I don't think
they have all
so.
the vendors, and I've always take advantage of that.
Yeah. But I think we're going to take a stab at bringing some food. And did JB have a grill?
Probably.
There's too many JBs. Did John Burchart have a grill? I think he does. Did. And he's going to have the van with the generator.
Oh.
So
we don't need to bring anything.
No, we'll be fine. Everything will be fine. What else here? First aid. We definitely didn't have that.
No.
That might be a good idea.
There's a first aid tent and an ambulance there. I'm not worried about that.
What's the worst that can happen?
I could be a
Let's see.
statistic at Grid Life.
Statistic, like with the one guy that.
Yeah, the one guy that got ran over and like got hurt and had to go get stitches, or he got his knees skinned up, so he had to get Band-Aids.
Just don't do that.
I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that guy.
Don't be in Party Avenue over there, and you'll be all right.
Actually, there's no way I would be the one guy. There'd be other guys that are hurt.
Yeah, there's multiple people, I'm sure.
It's like going to Atlanta. People die on golf carts. They don't die in the cars.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't die on the track. You die.
Never.
You die in Party Row back there.
Yes.
What's this glamping situation? Do you know what this is about?
Yeah, it's my brother and his wife are doing it right now as we speak.
But there's a glamping area at Grid Life.
No.
Yes, sir. Yeah, pull the map up. You go to I don't know where you can, or go to your Facebook and look up Grid Life. So there's a quiet camping area, which is kind of by us.
Yay!
Which I appreciate that. That's cool. I'm good with that. There's the Party Row, which sounds like Skid Row, which is kind of synonymous based on what I've seen back there.
Herpes Central.
People look homeless back in there. It's quite the place. I mean, some people get into that type of party culture. It's not my shtick.
Grunge, basically.
It's kind of grungy. It's kind of dirty. It's like really drink until you
pass out,
involuntarily fall asleep. Yes. Yep, absolutely.
Puke and rally.
And then puke and rally as much as possible. That's not really where it's at for me.
No. College was a long time ago, man.
College was a long time ago.
And even
some of those kids though are like that age. They're,
college age?
They're 10 years younger than us, probably.
They're legitimately kids then. We're that old crew now.
Yeah. No, we're old.
We're officially the old guys now.
We're the old guys for sure. At a freaking EDM racing festival, hell yeah, we're the old people.
I can live with that, I guess.
What would you rather be, Robbie? You want to be running around saying shit's lit and hashtagging stuff the whole time?
I can still do that, but then
Snapchat?
I can still do that, but
you got to be done at like 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30 is that's bad.
That's way late. Who's staying up past 9:30?
Doesn't the late show start after 10 or midnight?
I don't know. Does Craig Ferguson still do that one show? Does he do that?
No, I'm talking about the late show at Grid Life. I don't really care about television.
Yeah, 10 o'clock or something like that. Dude, we were so screwed up by 10 o'clock. We were so tired.
Plus, Adam Jabay does like, good morning, racers. And it's like 6 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Yeah, like who needs that shit? Nobody. Nobody needs
We'll have a driver's meeting in 2 hours.
Adam, go to bed. And he'll be like, he'll be running on 2 hours of sleep. And he thinks it's funny.
Yep. Just because he's sober, he's like, I'm a superhero.
Right. Yeah, he's sober and he got 5 hours of sleep. He thinks that, he has superhuman powers. Did you find it?
I legitimately can't find the glamping. They do have a general store, which I think is great until it sells out on day one.
Yeah, all of it's gone.
Yeah, but that is super awesome to have all of my candy needs whenever I get hungry for candy.
You might need some glycogen or whatever. You gotta get that shit restored.
But anyways, glamping. So they have these. It's basically a tent, which is built on like I think it's a foundation, and you have like a legitimate bed in there.
Oh, wow! I wonder now if Grid Life Midwest is gonna have like actual tent things set up. I'm really curious.
Here, I got a picture. But yeah, so it's a tent, but it's like a legit bedroom inside. So it's like a bed on a frame, and
yeah.
I'm sure there's air conditioning in some of them. And
well, wasn't that what India was talking about? It was like a glamping thing at the Ritz-Carlton or some shit like that.
Have you ever been to a Ritz-Carlton?
Yeah.
Jeez.
What?
I went to a Westin once.
A Westin?
Yeah.
Are those the ones that have the doors for the rooms on the outside?
No, that's
no hallways.
That's a Best Western.
What's the difference?
The Westin is like a 4-star hotel.
Is it though?
I don't know. They built a brand new one in Chicago. They had really sweet rates, and I just happened to get the one that was available on booking that day. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was nice
for sure. Either
it definitely wasn't a Ritz-Carlton.
You never stayed in a fancy hotel?
No.
You've never had like a moment where you go, "I'm gonna for one night. I'm gonna
That was at
spend the money.
That was at the Westin for $80. It was a super sweet. It was a sweet
Jesus
deal.
Christ, what cheap
It's normally like $200.
Come on, man.
I don't know.
Just try it one time. Just give it a shot.
No.
When you went to Chicago, you didn't pick like an expensive hotel?
When I was on a work trip and got caught in a snowstorm on the way home from Minnesota,
Yeah.
I stopped in Owatonna because it took me 3 hours to go from Minneapolis to Owatonna, which is not far. And then I finally said, fuck it, I'm done. So then at one exit, I have it's a Hampton Inn or whatever.
Okay.
And then at the other exit, it's a Super 8.
Okay.
I went to the Super 8 because I'm a cheap bastard, even though it's not my money. Also at the other exit, there's Buffalo Wild Wings, and there was no food at the Hampton Inn area.
Oh, okay. That's
so I decided I'd rather have Buffalo Wild
reasonable.
Wings, and I wasn't about to drive back to the previous exit for Hampton just for 4 hours of sleep.
I would have 100% done that.
Yeah. So, but
Damn it, I can't
the
find-
Super 8 was right next to the Lions Den sketchy store
Yeah.
in like a really sketchy area. So like
Yeah.
the whole area was like really sketchy. Those are my people, the sketchy people.
You know what? I know. I will be accused of being a snob, but there's times when. Shut up, Robbie. There's times when.
Want to compare watches?
Yeah, I do. What do you get? Yours is massive. How much money was that? Look how huge that is.
It's not that big.
This is literally a worn out piece of shit from 1979.
That's not true.
It is true. Look at it. It's all jingly jangly.
Mine's solid.
Yeah.
Mine's got carbon fiber on it.
Right. There's
Let's
no
trade.
carbon fiber.
I'll trade.
on this.
Let's straight up
trade. Trade for a while.
Yeah.
All right.
This is so light. Was it made of aluminum?
It's yes. Oh, you wear your watches very loose.
No, I don't. Your wrist is really tiny.
This is a nice. I wear that one kind of loose.
No, you don't. Look at this. My hand's purple.
It is not.
It's dead now.
Enjoy that.
Dead hand. Doesn't work. I'm gonna feel really bad if I break this.
No, there's no way you can break it. I accidentally. So I wore.
What
that,
if I break the little pin?
No. I wore that on a job site today and accidentally smashed it into a saw.
I can't do it, dude.
You can't, right.
Look how tight it is. I'll put it on my fingers.
That's fine.
Like a knuckle, like brass knuckles. Yeah. See, look.
Yeah, I literally smashed that into something today and once the other day. I need to get the crystal polished.
See, look, it's not. Okay, it is a little loose. I prefer it loose.
I could size one up for you, Robbie, if you want me to.
I don't need. No, I got my Bulova.
Could get some.
I bought this at a pawn shop, for the record, for like $120.
How about this at the equivalent of like this was used.
Yeah, but yours is a whole different store.
Right. It was from a dealer.
I had this shipped from New Jersey.
I had this shipped from Los Angeles.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fancy guy.
Yep.
That went from one Porsche to the next.
Potentially. I don't know for sure. This really makes me mad I cannot find this map. I probably totally made that up.
What map? The map that shows where all the camping is on Grid Life?
Well, I thought there was one that showed that there was fancy camping area, but like I said, maybe I just completely made that up.
No, I believe you. Even if it's not true, I still believe you.
Thanks, Robbie. That makes me feel good.
And if we show up and it's not there, it's Adam Gervais' fault.
Then I can throw an absolute shit fit because I thought that we were going to get to glamp.
Yeah, where's my glamping?
Right.
The closest thing to glamping I do is that I bring that battery brick that you can charge your phone off of.
Yes.
And then I bought a USB fan, like for a computer.
Yes.
So if it's hot out, I can have a fan blowing on me. That's my luxury.
Yeah, we didn't have that problem last year, though.
No, I was freezing my ass
yeah,
off.
exactly. It
It's
was,
so
it was
cold.
terrible. But yeah, you know what? I need to get some more power devices because that one that I had took a shit. Imagine that.
Oh, I'm
cheap
shocked.
ass.
That brick I got has been super good to me, so hopefully it holds up.
Yeah, you spent real money on that though.
Yeah, it was like
I did not spend
100,
money,
100 something.
I got to do that this weekend. Is go through and make a list of all the crap and get it all ready to go. So I think that was it for this article. There's nothing else in here really. But so yeah, we gotta do a little bit of prep.
Yeah, I think
ready.
we'll be ready.
Next week we're gonna.
Even though we're not all traveling together in one caravan anymore.
Nope.
I should probably talk to Adam about how we're doing that when he wakes up.
You guys are sometime next week when he's available.
Yeah, because we're gonna do the show.
Yes.
Well, probably on Tuesday, and then
Yes.
I'll edit on Wednesday, and then we'll just leave. As soon as it's uploaded, we'll go. Drive through the night.
It's interesting how life has changed, Robbie,
Shit changes, but nothing ever really changes, man.
but everything remains the same.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, when we first went, things were different. We didn't have all these responsibilities.
Do we have responsibilities?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's like my main failing in life is that
Well, I
have
couldn't help but notice
responsibilities.
that any responsibilities that we have is not advertised on the flyers.
What do you mean?
Like at Grid Life.
Oh no, not that.
Oh,
what I
like
was saying
life?
was like life responsibilities that keep us from being
No, I refuse.
reckless abandon.
I refuse to let that get in my way. I put in my work request that said, "Hey, I'm gone."
And that was it.
That's it. Whatever needs to be done will be done eventually, probably.
When you get back.
When someone else does it.
What is this flyer that you speak of?
Oh, Grid Life posts all these flyers with all these famous people that show up.
Right.
We have not been on one.
I thought that was coming.
Is it really?
I don't know.
Oh.
I thought that there was, because there's going to be like a podcast area, isn't there?
I don't know. No one tells me anything. I'm just going to show up.
Oh, man. We need to get Jabay on here so that he can set some stuff straight about the glamping area.
We should call it right now.
I could try to call.
No, don't.
All right. I think that's enough of that.
Yeah,
what
that's
else?
enough camping.
What else have you been doing, Robbie? You've been working fairly diligently in your garage, haven't you?
Yeah, because I was supposed to go racing last weekend, and then I don't know. People close to me know what happened, but family emergency happened, I guess.
Yeah.
So like 30 minutes before I was supposed to leave, I canceled everything, and then unpacked the truck, and then just worked in the shop for a while.
Okay.
But yeah, so then Friday, for a little bit, I worked and then dealt with all my other crap. And then Saturday, I just spent the whole day at the shop putting the VQ back together.
Sure.
Which really was not that difficult. It's like I had the rotating assembly all together, so like the pistons and crank and stuff, and then had the heads on. So I installed the cams, did all the timing on it. It was kind of confusing following the factory service manual because the picture doesn't really match all that great. And then it doesn't really explain how you get it timed where you need it. Just says, just install them and it'll fall right in and it's fine.
Just spin the cam.
Well, no,
and
that's not even close to what happens.
Put the belt on it. It's fine.
No.
So is it a chain? Timing chain?
Yeah, both are. It's a chain. So
that runs around. Yeah.
It's extremely similar to the SR20.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So you got. Yeah, it's really nerve wracking because I'm like I've done this before.
This feels familiar and terrible at the same time.
No, so you set your crank. You set it to top dead center, and then your crank has to be clocked in just such a way so that the key spot where the marked part of the chain matches up. And then you also have to have your cams located in just such a way. Mm-hmm. And then on the right bank, it just falls into place, and that's where it is.
Okay.
Then you have to rotate the stuff on the left bank to match.
Okay.
So it's basically the marks are straight up, basically.
Okay.
Then you line up the marks on the top of the chain, the painted or the discolored ones, to match the marks on the timing chains. And then those chains also have to match the other chains on the other cams.
Right.
So once that got all lined up, they just slapped all that shit back together. It was no big deal.
As long as you can rotate it by hand, nothing seriously bad's going to happen.
And that was the final step was just, now if you can rotate this easily without your pistons hitting your valves,
you're all right.
It's good.
The worst case scenario is one of your cams is off a little bit.
Yeah. No, if it's off a little bit, as long as my pistons and valves aren't meeting in the middle, we're okay. And so far, that's not the problem. Because that makes me super nervous timing an interference engine.
I can understand that.
Yeah, but putting it all together going, this doesn't seem right. So I read the factory service manual like 3 or 4 times before I did it. Like, read through it and go, well, that doesn't seem quite right. Then there's YouTube videos where people actually walk through the whole process. So I followed that.
Yep.
Some were super not helpful. Then they just put the cams in like, and you're done.
You skipped a bunch of steps.
You didn't even put anything in it, man. The chains aren't even right. So it seems right. I hope.
Like I said,
I hope it runs better than the SR20.
If it runs like dog shit, you'll know that there's something wrong.
Yep.
Because really, you haven't changed anything. So if it doesn't run right, it means your valve timing's not correct.
Yep.
You have the ECU though, right? So you just got to plug all that shit back in.
Yeah. Right now, everything's showing up. So all I need is a few odds and ends. So like, of course, I'm waiting for like an alternator bracket. That's the only thing that's back ordered.
It's really
so that's like an extra week out.
Is that on? That's got a serpentine bell, right?
Yep.
So you can't do anything until you put that on.
Correct.
That sucks a lot.
Yep. So all that stuff showed up. Well, then I ordered the OEM fan mount goes between the alternator and the block. So I have to have that, which is super annoying because I don't have an OEM fan.
Yep.
So I ordered that, and then I get a notification from eBay saying that the listing's been deleted after I've already bought and paid for it.
Yep.
So then I can't even look it up to see who sent it to me or I bought it from. So I have to go to PayPal, find out who that is, and then look them up online, then find a phone number, then call them and say, hey, what's this all about? Oh, by the way, that phone number is disconnected. So this salvage yard shut down without taking any of their shit off eBay.
So, did PayPal just immediately give you your money back?
No, it's still...
So now it's in PayPal escrow until they determine that, that company does not exist anymore?
Yeah, so I had to go to eBay, file a claim, and say that I didn't receive my product. And then they send the...
request or whatever to PayPal.
They send it to the person
Jesus.
that I bought it from, so they have a few days to respond. So then when they don't respond, then they'll tell PayPal that, okay, it's resolved, now he can get his money back, which is annoying. Luckily, I mean, it's not like it's like very much money. It's like $30 maybe.
It's just one of those things you got to track now. You know, you got to keep track of.
Then I had to order a different one, so that's more money just tied up on more shit. So that should be here tomorrow. But then, of course, the bolts to attach the bell housing to the block, I'm missing those, so those are on their way. They're not here.
What were they? Why were they fancy?
What do you mean?
What were the bolts?
They're just gone.
No, I mean, do you know what size they were? Is it something you could have gotten to Fastenal and gotten?
I'm sure I could have.
Yeah.
I was ordering a bunch of other stuff from this website, and they had them for like $20, so I just ordered them.
Aha, I was correct. There is glamping.
Really?
Jabay says there's glamping.
Do we get a glamp?
Let me ask. Do we get to glamp? My phone doesn't like that word very well.
Don't worry. In a year from now, Aaron will be using it.
He says that's very on brand for you.
You?
Me, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see what he says. If I can do some glamping, then I'll do a bit of glamping.
Yep. Yeah, so it's been like Christmas at my house every day this week because it's been box after box after box of just car parts showing up. The only thing missing, or maybe a few odds and ends, and then all I need is a catback. So my plan is to take the HKS high power exhaust that I had for the SR20, and then because the bumper on the back of the Z has been cut at kind of a high area, it doesn't really matter where it comes out at.
Sure.
So if it kind of goes around the all the shit, like the axle and the differential and all that, and then makes its way somewhere near
the back of the car
where the Y pipe meets, I'm just gonna have Max cut it and then weld my flange back to where it needs to be because it's longer than the Z is, or the Z's exhaust would be. So he doesn't know.
Oh, really?
I haven't talked to him about it, but he's just gonna do this.
He's been volunteered to do it.
Yeah.
So the Z must be shorter than the 240.
Yes. Well, then the Y pipe goes way further back.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So it got my header, and then I got my down pipes, or catalytic converter test pipe, whatever you want to call them. And then that connects to a Y pipe, and that Y pipe is further back than the test pipe is on the SR or the 240.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so the catback's not as long as the 240s. So hopefully I can just make that work without having to buy a new exhaust.
Yeah, that's that would be great. Actually.
And it was kind of quiet and had a deep tone to it, so I'm hoping I can kind of take advantage of that. Or I'll hate it, and it'll sound like shit, and I'll just have to buy a different one.
Or just because the muffler's on the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Just cut that shit off.
Just straight pipe the whole thing.
Just cut it off.
Blast pipe it. That's what everybody's doing.
Cut it off. Get one of those clamp things and just put like some stupid like
just a 3-inch tube all the way out.
Just out the back. Yeah.
To heck with it.
Yeah, who cares?
Or I could just where it's at the Y pipe and just have it turned down to the ground.
Just go to the Y pipe and just take a straight shot out the back of the car. It doesn't matter what you need to go under, around, back, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You're not trying to keep it tight. Just go straight out the back. Whatever elevation you can run it at.
Deal.
We'll weld some hangers on it. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
What's the worst that's going to happen?
Nah. This is the budget build.
Yeah.
So we're almost there. Which clearly showed up today when the exhaust, the headers didn't line up at all. So I got to drill new holes in them. But whatever.
I find that very weird.
How do you get that wrong?
Wouldn't you have a jig for that?
Wouldn't it be super easy to get right?
Yes.
I can understand like if your tubes aren't quite right and it's got it doesn't quite go around, they're not quite equal, and
yeah.
But how do you fuck up the flange?
I've known of cheap Chevy small block headers that they're not quite the right size for the port, I've seen that before, but I've never seen ones not be able to be installed because you can't put the bolts in it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Are they bolts or are they studs? You slide them on.
They're studs.
There, okay. You just can't. They just don't go on.
No, they're way off. Most of them are right, Then there's a couple that are way off, which I don't understand.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'll never understand how you get that wrong.
Unless there's some weird thing where the studs moved on different years and
Yeah, maybe.
they just said, who cares? Just make one
Probably.
instead of splitting them out by year.
Yeah, to be clear, this is a very cheap header, so I have no problem just hacking it up and making it work.
Right.
But still annoying.
Yeah, it is definitely annoying when you got to do work like that on something you just bought. So
Yeah, so hopefully my goal is to have it running by 4th of July. Everything done. Ready to go.
got nowhere to take it.
I want to drive it every day. That's my goal.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Because I want to be really confident with my manual transmission skills.
Sure.
So I want to drive every day with the manual transmission. So then this is it. This will be my daily.
There you go. Why not? Why couldn't it be?
It'll be my all-around fun car.
As long as it doesn't make that really horrible VQ droney noise.
No, which is why I got the catalytic converter test pipes with the resonators in it. It's supposed to get rid of that raspy sound.
Yeah, that's key.
But we'll see how accurate that is.
And you'll have a muffler on it.
I will have a muffler on it.
So it probably won't be too bad.
No. We'll find out. The hard way, probably.
Nah. I don't see what could possibly go wrong.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
There's nothing that could possibly go wrong with this project, Robbie.
No, it's fine.
So I don't know. I'd have to. Or does this calendar right here in front of me have it? Let's see.
Probably.
Let's look at. So the mid-am drift stuff. That July 6th.
I can make it to that, maybe.
I don't know if that's
If it's still a thing,
gonna
I'd
happen.
be all for it.
O drift July 20th. That's 2 months. I don't know. It might happen. July and then August.
I know that
and then
the
September.
TT event got canceled, though.
When's the TT event?
August. They just straight up canceled it way ahead.
Yeah, I wish they would at least communicate with us a little bit. If the track surface is screwed, that would be good to know, because then we could make some adjustments in our plans for the year.
No, because some people are saying, yeah, we're still on, but then, mid-div canceled, like, way in advance.
And they're doing, fundraising, no prep on the 8th, but, I don't know. It was under a lot of water. I wouldn't be surprised if it's damaged in some way or another. Your track surface has got to be pretty good compared to, like, a road.
Right.
Because you're traveling at such a high speed. So I wouldn't be surprised if it moved around a little bit.
Right.
That would be detrimental to being able to use it. But we'll just have to find something else to do, I guess, Robbie, or do drifty stuff next year.
Okay. I can wait. I don't want to.
It doesn't sound like we necessarily want to go down to Kansas City to do the parking lot stuff.
No, I'd rather just do the track stuff.
Yeah. Plus, it sounds like that gets unbelievably rowdy.
Yeah, I'm not really into that either.
And you don't want to write that car off already?
No, not right away.
How dare you?
Not day one.
No, I don't think that's not where I'm at with it either. So
No.
We'll just have to evaluate what our options are. So hopefully at least a couple of those dates come together.
Yeah, that'd be great.
For RPM. Anything else on the 240/350 garage?
No,
Robbie's Nissan garage?
No, the 240 is good to go. The corner light came in, which of course they're brand new, so they look great, which makes my headlights look like shit. Other than that, the 240's got...
Can you polish your headlights? Is that the problem, or they just don't look
No,
good?
they're old, and they got, like, it's the OEM stuff, so it's got the real off-white, or the new ones are clear, like actually clear.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So it's whatever.
It's
I don't
whatever.
care. I'm not even going to buff off the tire mark on the passenger side. It's just going to stay there. Maybe eventually.
It's part of the experience.
It's battle scars now, man. It's just as long as it functions.
It is what it is.
Well, I was driving to get gas in it last week before I was supposed to go to that event. So I'm driving and I realized, shit, I don't have a turn signal. Then I passed a cop. Pass.
I don't think it's technically illegal for you not to have turn signals.
Oh, really?
Don't quote me on that. Absolutely.
Pretty sure.
But I don't think...
motorcycles, you don't need them.
Motorcycles, you don't need them. I don't know if in a car you necessarily need them if you do... But I think technically you're supposed to do that.
I suppose I wasn't turning when he saw me.
Yeah. So I don't know. You'd have to check, but I don't think it's a deal breaker if you've got a, malfunctioning turn signal or whatever. You should get it fixed for sure.
Well, yeah.
Regardless, if you're listening, don't use that as a justification for
The guys on
shitty
10
behavior.
cents said I didn't need it, so I'm going to drive without it.
What I will say is contact your local traffic attorney to ask them if it's required or not by law, but also just get it fixed.
Yes. Because you won't use it if you don't have it.
Yes.
You won't
or
use,
you'll
you
just
won't
use
do
it
the
and it
arm
won't
signal.
matter.
Yeah, that too.
So
that's really all I got. Yeah, my garage is just busy, but nothing really remarkable to talk about.
you're getting there. Things are coming along.
Yeah. Way further ahead than I thought I'd be this time. I didn't think I'd have an engine. I didn't think I'd even touch that car.
That piece kind of came together.
It was too good of an opportunity to let it go.
Plus, you like put shit together and working in the garage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
so
fun.
Like it was a fun, it's a puzzle.
Everybody buys engines in pieces. That's a thing. Everybody does that.
Do they?
Apparently not. Like I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was like just a normal thing. Like a lot of people buy project cars. I didn't think anything of it. And Jess is like, no, that's weird. No one does that. That's why you got it so cheap.
No, I think I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Because she's like, you did that with the LS1 too. I'm like, I didn't take that engine apart though. It was drop in.
People buy Chevy small blocks all the time
in pieces at like
at different levels of together or not together or whatever. Maybe people don't do that with VQs. I don't.
The frustrating thing is that I'm going through boxes trying to find parts, then I can't find them.
Right.
So then I order them.
Yes.
And then I find them.
And then you find them. That's life in general.
Yeah. So I got a couple shifters now. I got a couple other. Oh shit! What else do I have a couple of? I had like 4 manifolds for a while. Got to scrap those.
So it's like spares, but spares of stuff that you don't need
spares for.
Right.
Yeah. It's just weird. Some of the things I was missing. Why am I missing the fan shroud or the fan bracket? I don't know. It's just gone.
Who knows what?
He's probably got a box of just like random things
crap
that I need.
He doesn't even know it's for this car.
Yeah,
he just has a box.
They're sitting in a box.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'd actually like to. Maybe your theory is good. I would like to find a torn down 996 engine.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try to find one of those.
Do it.
I don't know. I made that statement to my dad, to Track Dad, and I was like, I don't even know.
He's gonna find one, man.
What to do with it? I just want one. I just want another 996 engine because it's like I find it really fascinating because they look weird.
Yeah.
They look like Subaru engines, but better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could have it sitting on a stand, and be like, what the hell is that?
It's all sideways.
It's my spare Porsche engine. It's wide, not tall.
It's wide, not tall, and it kind of looks cool. I'm used to because V8s, Chevy V8s are kind of tall.
It's pretty tall.
Because you've got, on the old ones, you got the carburetor on top, and then you got an air cleaner. So they're kind of, and then you got the oil pan that comes down. If it's on an engine stand, it's fairly big.
VQ is not super short by any means.
Yeah, because you got overhead cams and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's just kind of...
And the oil pan's long and deep, it seems.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just find... if I could find one, it sounds really fascinating. I did see somebody had for sale... It had a mechanical issue, but it was like a 986 Boxster, so not this roundy headlight Boxster that Adam got me. But it had a 3.4 liter 996 engine in it, which would be the first gen 996, and
is that the better one?
That's the. I think that's the. Nobody knows. That's the one that it could be.
Okay.
But it also could not be.
It could explode.
It could be any of all of the above.
Oh.
If you could prove it's a 99, you're probably fine. It's not worth taking it apart. If it's a 2000 or 2001, I would probably just, check the oil, see what it looks like.
Right.
Check the oil filter, and then you'd know if it's got a problem or not. It's not a Pandora's box of random expensive explosions. So there's ways to
mitigate that at least.
Or at least know what's happening.
Okay.
Before it happens. But yeah, it was like $6,000 or something like that.
Ooh.
And I was like, if I hadn't spent real money on a 911, I would probably buy that because that sounds freaking sick.
Yeah, for a full. But it's a Boxster. It's not.
You know what? I have a theory on the Boxster.
Go on.
I think once you get over the needing to have, I need to have this car, whatever that is, X car. I think that the Boxster is probably a really, really good car. It's just a matter of you have to have a Boxster. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel about the MR2 Spider. The MR2 Spider is a good car.
Yeah, I'm sure that it is.
Fast on track, fun to drive. But it's an MR2
I feel like
Spider
it's the date test. Like if you go on a first date
with the Spider.
and you tell, and you go on a first date and, it's going well or whatever, you guys are going to go to the next place. You drove separately and now you're like, oh, let's go to dinner or whatever.
Let's go walk around
Let's go,
the park.
go do this or whatever. Oh, yeah, we can just take my car.
Yeah.
Would you have a moment of, I don't know if I want to show her my MR2 Spider or my Porsche
my
Boxster.
Miata.
My Miata, right. That's what I'm saying. Like if you have that moment, I would like to think that I'm not that person, but I think that I am that person. I think that's why I bought a 911 and not a Cayman or a Boxster, is because I would have to like deal with that mentally.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at with the Z. I really like the Z.
Yeah,
but that's like John's MR2. That black MR2 was freaking fast and didn't do shit to it. It was just fast.
Yeah.
And Josh's MR2, it's not a Spider, but it's freaking fast.
Yeah. You gonna do that, Robbie? You gonna get yourself an MR2?
Just like it's a convertible Spider.
Yeah, just you wait.
I don't need an MR2. But yeah, totally.
But I think now, you're at the point where you've got the 240 and the 350. So, if you want to have yourself a convertible, like a car that you're going to wear the paper bag over your head when you drive around, you know what I mean? Like you're buying it for you because you want, like, I need
a sunglass car. I need a car that I have to have
or
glasses
like that
in.
you have to have like a ski mask on, like one of those that's really got the huge goggles and you can't make out who it is.
Yeah, I think it's time I have like a ridiculous. I mean, I kind of need to put money away instead of pissing it all down on these cars.
Yeah. Don't we all?
That's been beaten to my head by every single person I talk to, which is really fucking annoying this week. But hey, I'm happy.
I think that pendulum kind of swings. You know what I mean? Because like if I had a cappuccino, I would drive that shit everywhere, and I wouldn't give a shit what people thought.
Right.
But
I'm the same way with the Festiva.
Yeah, I think the Festiva. I think it's all about your attitude.
Yeah, I'm having a great time with my Festiva, but if I'm on a date,
I'm not
hopping in my Festiva.
In the Festiva, I'd take a date in a cappuccino. I would do it.
That'd be better.
I think it's fun.
It's quirky enough
it's
that you
quirky
can be like,
and it's fun.
Have you ever seen this before? It's a cappuccino. It's
but
ridiculous.
that's what I'm saying. It's like so far the other way.
Yeah.
It's being in the middle that's bad. Like one side's the cappuccino, the complete other side is like a 240 or a 911. In the middle,
you can't
where you have that compromise.
Even I'm just like, you can't put the 240.
Fine, whatever.
Don't
just take the 240. Okay, so it's a cappuccino.
I appreciate
this is
that.
my
I
scale.
appreciate it, but don't do it.
Okay, fine. This is my scale then. It's the cappuccino, or the pendulum swings all the way to the other side, which is the 911. You can be on both of those sides.
Yep.
But being in the middle is tricky. MR2 Spider, Miata.
Yep. Great cars for what they're doing, but yeah, they're not going to pass the date test.
You know what? I think if I had a Miata, I would really, really like it. I think it would be a great car.
I love driving the Miatas. They're fun.
Every time I see one, I'm like, look how like the dash is like right up. There's not. Like cars have these really super long dashes, and they're kind of weird. Like the Miata's dash is like right up there.
Oh, it's right
there. You know
there.
what I mean? The gauges are right there in your face, and the steering wheel's right. Right where you want it. It's very sports car-y. It's kind of got all that stuff going on. I'm like, that would be,
it's fun to drive.
It'd be a great car. But it's in the middle of the pendulum thing, and it doesn't pass the date test. Joe's going to be super pissed.
That's fine.
Joe's got one with mutters on it.
Yeah,
so I don't know if that counts.
No, his don't count. His is so different. Someone else took a picture of a mutter Miata and put it on the Iowa Petrolhead spotter page.
Okay.
And it wasn't Joe.
So there's another one out there in the world?
There's one in Minnesota.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So it's a thing. So sorry, Joe.
It's better than this thing that we're looking at now, which is the Stance Life
100%.
Miata. Is that Stance Life or is that... it's a little bit JDM kind of small wheel diameter.
I don't think it's Stance, though, because they're straight up. Maybe a little bit of an angle.
Yeah, but I still think that's like JDM show car.
It looks like a real roll bar, though.
Is it? Maybe it's a race car. I don't know.
I don't know. But it's got nice wide body fenders.
It's a purple.
It's purple
Miata.
But I like purple.
But that's the thing. Like, if you show that to your date, she's like, why do you have a purple convertible? And that hurts. That's painful.
That's a tough question.
Why do you have a little purple convertible? Or she said, oh, that's adorable. That shit hurts, dude. But if you have a cappuccino, And she goes, "It's adorable." You're like, "I know, it's great, it's awesome."
That's exactly your car. You walk out to your 911, they're like, "That's cool. That's a nice car."
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
If she walks out to your Boxster, that's cute.
Yeah, that's
cute.
what I'm saying, man. But my point is,
can we put the top down?
I think if you had a Boxster and you could get over that, I think you get 90% of what you get out of the 911, and I think that you would. I think that's a way better buy because they're like half the price.
Yes, I agree. No, I
had that moment with the Cayman too, where I was like, the Cayman maybe makes more sense because it's newer and you have 2 trunks, and you don't have a back seat, but the Porsche back seat's not really a usable back seat, and it's mid-engine, and that's pretty damn cool, and all this other stuff. And I was like, might make a lot of sense to have a Cayman instead.
Right.
But it's, but then people are going to be like, "Where did you buy an 911?" And it's just like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, that sucks that you have to think about what other people think. It's annoying.
But it's like it doesn't, you should say it doesn't matter. But then it does matter because it affects your resale value of your car. Like if you're going to buy like a kind of,
a quirky
or like a kind of quotes, kind of vintage or depreciated car. If you buy the wrong one, like if you don't buy the one, it's worthless.
Yeah.
You're going to have a hard time selling it. So it's like, it kind of does matter what people think. It shouldn't, but it does. It kind of does. Yeah.
If it's not your forever car.
Yeah. How many people buy a forever car? Who are these people?
I've had the 240 for like 13 years.
You say that, but I thought I was keeping the 79 Camaro forever, and that's going to be...
You've had that longer than I've had the 240.
Yep, I've had that since I was 13.
12, yeah.
13, yep. So, but...
the collector never stops collecting.
What's the point, man? I mean, everything's all temporary.
Yeah,
we're just here in this existence.
Then it's somebody else's problem.
We're just here in this existence for as long as the ether will allow us to be, man. So, like, what's the point in becoming attached to all these physical objects, It's all an illusion created by chemicals in your brain anyway. So anything that you think is reality is purely just your perception of it. It's just created by a series of atoms and chemicals that you don't completely understand.
I'm lost.
And may or may not be affected by an outside divine force. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
I did, but no, I don't.
Just sell the car. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not selling shit. Collecting. A collector never stops collecting.
It's true. All right. That was it.
Speaking of collecting.
Yes.
Head over to KangaMotorsports.com and get caught up on his giveaway with Eyes Up Auto Art, and you start collecting art. Wonderful art. Like you. You have art.
I have some art, yes.
And we could win one for free.
You could win a free art. That's good.
KangaMotorsports.com/giveaway. The winner will be drawn on June 30th. And they could have sweet art like this one of James, or this other one of Sebastian Vettel, or Vaughn Gittin.
I like that Sebastian Vettel painting a lot.
Yeah, it's really cool.
He's got some stuff. You should get some art, Robbie. I know. You need some art.
I do need art.
Get some art in your house.
I need to have a cool picture of me doing cool things in a car. Because then it'd be my car. Well,
why don't you, this year, when somebody gets a photo of your car, why don't you send it?
Right now I don't have one that's good enough to justify it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I will, eventually.
Yes, you will. And then you can get some art.
Yeah, everyone needs art. Collector never stops collecting.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Enter now.
Should we do some news?
Yeah.
We'll just keep moving on here. Don't forget the Apex Pro unit. If you guys are interested, first of all, if you guys are interested in one and you're going to be at Grid Life,
we have 2.
Get a hold of anybody. Like if there's a bunch of people like, oh my God, we really need one, we'll talk to Andrew, and we'll get some additional units if we need to.
Yep, I got my unit that I've been using for the last year and a half.
Yep.
We got the one they just sent me, and then we also have the dash mount suction cup.
Oh, so people can check that out.
Yeah, we can put that in and then swap them in and out real fast. So yeah, we got a couple people lined up already. All they have to do is message us on Facebook or email or Instagram or direct message us on anything else, and we'll start lining things up.
Sounds good. We'll just do that for now. If you guys are interested in one, ping us. We'll figure it out. We'll see if we can get in contact with you or whatever.
Get some demos going.
If we need to do some more units, I'm sure Andrew will be happy to oblige. We'll get those going.
Yep.
Cool. Let's do some news then. Autonomous ride hail. We didn't choose this news, just to be clear.
Adam, this guy did.
Adam over here chose. He's been oddly quiet, but Adam chose this news. Usually, he puts this together, and he's very opinionated about some of the things that he chooses. So I guess we'll see.
We don't get to choose.
We'll see what his opinions are on this news as we go through it, because Adam is here, as you can see.
Yeah. If you got a problem with this, why don't you just tell us?
Right. Yeah. I feel like maybe he's upset. He has been working a lot, so maybe he's tired.
Just sleeping in the corner or pouting.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. He really hasn't moved a whole lot. But anyway,
it's got to be stiff just standing like that the whole time.
It's got to be really horrible.
How's your shoulder doing, bro?
Horrible for your back and your shoulder. It's not good.
I can tell by the expression on his face. He's uncomfortable right now. Look how uncomfortable he is.
He looks very. What was it? I wonder what was going through his mind when Tim took that photo.
It's almost like a "I'm too sexy for this shirt" look.
Yeah.
Because he's got his hand behind his head.
He does.
He's like waving to the.
Has he got his other hand on his hip?
Yeah, it's on his hip.
Oh man, yeah, he's doing a.
It's a legit pose. That's not a.
No, it's not.
Because mine was an accident. I was just walking. That's just how I walk. Which is.
Yeah, I think he did.
We can say we can make horrible comments about how horrible I walk, but that's neither here nor there. But this is a pose.
Yeah. He's making a statement. I feel like he's making probably a fashion statement. I don't know. That's his business.
Yeah, if he wants to chime in,
and anytime he can
We're
correct us if we're wrong or whatever. He can just let us know. Autonomous ride hailing will likely still be more expensive than car ownership per mile. Yeah.
I was shocked at the difference. What they were claiming.
It's quite expensive. They looked at it. They basically did a study, or I should say, MIT researchers,
which is a real study from a real college.
So that's a great start. That was a great start to an article. Ashley, I don't know if it's Nunez or Nunes.
I couldn't tell.
That's her name. And then Kristen Hernandez.
Sure.
Credit where credit is due, right? They found in San Francisco that the price per mile of an automated taxi was anywhere from $1.58 to $6. $6
a mile.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Per mile versus 0.072 for conventional ownership. There's a 0.07. 0.27.
I thought it was 0.27.
No, I think it was 0.7.
Oh, either way.
0.72.
Pretty dramatic difference.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a significant difference in the price per mile.
Well, they kind of came off the, it's not just an assumption, but statistically speaking, taxi or ride-hailing vehicle, best case scenario has an occupant 56% of the time.
Yeah.
That's not much.
No.
So you're just wasting.
Right. But you could think about, when you use an Uber, think about how that person has to get from one fare to the next, and so that makes perfect sense that they probably do only use that vehicle.
They do
50% of the time, that they're making money with it. So yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Right.
And then they even said when they used a model where they had 100% utilization rate, so like somebody's getting out, somebody's getting right back in again.
Yep.
It's still
cheaper to own a vehicle.
Cheaper to own a vehicle, and then not only that, but carpooling doesn't work because the way that they have to incentivize people to carpool, the math on that doesn't work out either.
So mathematically speaking, it's not going to last.
I don't think. I'm going to be real honest. I don't think this will have any effect on people wanting to use
autonomous driving,
right? Or autonomous taxis.
Taxis. Yeah, I don't think it's going to make a difference.
I think the people that want to use it are going to use it, justify it however they want to, and I think the people that don't want to own cars will not own cars, and that'll be that'll just be that.
Yeah, I have a hard time. Like, I'm sure there's areas where it would make more sense, like San Francisco or New York.
Yes,
but in Des Moines, good luck.
Yeah, Des Moines. No, I don't think that. I don't think that makes sense. But I don't think it said necessarily in the article. But I think if you looked at like a regular Uber driver or a regular taxi driver, I don't think that their price per mile would be significantly different. Meaning, I still don't think that it's. I still think the only time that you're using a taxi or a ride-hailing or whatever type of service is in a specific type of scenario. I don't think that you're using it all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? For like in
groceries
congested
or go to
places,
work.
You may be, but I still don't. I think you're using it in a scenario where you're not driving, You're planning on drinking, or going out to dinner and drink or whatever, or you're in a scenario where you're going to the airport, or you're doing this, you're doing that, So I don't think, like I said earlier, I don't think it's really going to have a huge effect on, like, all of a sudden people are going to go, oh yeah, that makes sense. We'll just not use taxis or automated taxis. We'll just, buy cars instead. There's still going to be people that say, I don't want to own a car.
Yes.
Because it's a pain in the ass. It's most definitely a pain in the ass.
No, it's great.
What are you talking about, Robbie?
It's easy all the time.
It's not easy all the time. It's a pain in the ass 100% of the time.
It would have been great on Tuesday when it could have been someone else's pop tire instead of mine.
Yes, you didn't even talk about your tire scenario.
I popped the tire and it was fucking annoying.
You got a piece of metal in the tread of your tire.
Yeah.
Like a large piece of metal.
I was thinking about it. And the only thing that could possibly have happened was that someone crashed into a light pole on the interstate, and then that fell down. The whole light pole did. So I think I ran over debris from that light pole that was stuck.
How did they crash into a whole light pole and take
on
it
the
down?
exit? It was on the exit.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so I don't know if they just
street racing.
Goddamn kids.
Took a light pole.
Yep. Yeah, so it was a big chunk of metal. Like, it looks like a nail, but no, that's just one big long piece of metal.
That's crazy.
Yep. So luckily Randy hooked me up.
Randy got you going.
Well, the worst part was that because I have a Chevy and that stupid hoist that holds the spare tire.
Yes.
It got rusted.
Of course.
So it would go down. But then it wouldn't go up or down.
Oh, so it was in the middle.
So then
you
it got
couldn't
stuck.
get the tire out.
So then I had to use a coworker's spare tire to get onto my tire, then drive home, and then fight with that stupid hoist for a while, then take a grinder to it and just cut the fucker down.
Yep.
And then now I have to figure out how I want to put the spare tire
that back
back on
together.
there. So I might make a bracket where I just have and leave a wrench in my car and just have that be bolted in there.
Yes.
Or leave it in the back of the truck for now and worry about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then when Randy from last week's episode bailed me out and patched it up, and
there you are.
back on the road the next day, or that night rather. That would have been great to have a ride-hailing service that day.
In that particular scenario, it would have been great.
That would have been their car to deal with, not mine.
That's what you need. You need a ride-hailing service to take you to your guy that changes your tires for you.
Yep. Once when you... Not very often.
Yeah, not particularly
doesn't
very
happen very often.
No, not at all. Alonso and McLaren fail to qualify for the Indy 500. What an interesting turn of events, Robbie.
I don't think they took this seriously at all.
Is that what you think happened?
Well, they were super unprepared. I mean, they showed up last year and they were competitive, and then this year they showed up with a different car, different team, I guess, whatever you want to call it, like different people involved, and then they weren't even ready at testing. The story coming out now is that they didn't even have a steering wheel for the car until a week before testing, and they're like, "Oh shit, Alonso doesn't have a steering wheel."
Oh,
so then Zach Brown has to call up Cosworth, and be like, "Can you get us a steering wheel right now?" If you're not planning even that far ahead, you're off to a bad start. And then they're not competitive at all. And then he wrecks his car.
Yep.
Then, of course, they have the backup car, which isn't going to be as good as the first car.
Right. It's not as sorted as the first car.
So, yeah, it just sounds like a shit storm of not being prepared and maybe not taking it seriously, but it sure seems like McLaren's walking in there, big dick swinging. We're McLaren. We can race with anybody. We're competitive. We got the best driver in the world. And then they get embarrassed. And then they have their hospitality events. They cost $50,000 or whatever it cost. And it's still going on. The McLaren hospitality party
and
at the Indy 500. And no one's racing. It's just McLaren people.
I think that this is great. I think when we had that conversation a few weeks ago about the fact that nobody gets a guaranteed spot for the Indy 500, I'm sticking to my guns on that.
Agreed.
Great. Show up.
Yeah,
make a good performance, make your best shot at it, and if you're not prepared or you make a mistake or whatever, you don't get to be in the show.
It's not your year. Yeah, I'm sure ratings would be better with Alonso racing. I'm sure it would.
But you got to respect the people that organize the Indy 500 for saying that this is the rule, and
sorry, bro.
We keep talking about it, but no, we're not going to change it. I think that deserves a lot of respect.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not going to let a name come in and just, change everything.
No,
because that's not that's not the competition. You weren't prepared for qualifying. You couldn't compete. You got beat by some low level teams.
Yeah, but it shouldn't that be the point though?
Yes.
If you can't compete, you shouldn't get to race.
No,
that should as a general rule about racing. If you can't qualify where you need to,
you're out.
You're out. That's it. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
It could be Lewis Hamilton. I don't give a shit.
No,
If somebody's better than you, then they should get a seat.
Yes.
It should be their time to, be on TV or whatever.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton doesn't get to be on pole every year or every week.
He's got to qualify for it.
Exactly.
So this is the one race that's that way. No, there's probably more, but this is the one that we know about. So, tough shit. Sorry. I'm not sorry. Fuck you. Burger King will deliver a Whopper to you in a traffic jam.
This will work well in Mexico City and Los Angeles, but
yeah, that was like the first couple cities they were going to try it in, right?
I think maybe New York, but is there anything else that congested that you're stuck that long that you could have? I suppose they're only a few miles away. Hop on a motorcycle or a moped and zip your way over there and drop a pin or have GPS to your phone.
Yeah, I mean this is dumb, but
it's part of the Waze app.
It might work. Yeah, it's like or you just click on it then, and it probably's got like a saved order, and it sends it to you or something like that. Yeah, it's definitely stupid, but
and dangerous.
And yeah, definitely arguably dangerous, especially with a guy he's got that. It's not a cooler. I mean, it's kind of a cooler. Yeah, it's in theory, it's a cooler.
It's the opposite of a cooler.
Yeah, the word cooler is synonymous with a box that stays the same temperature that it is.
Yeah, it's a hot box.
It's a hot box. The guy hotboxing on the moped.
Yep.
Trying to weave in between traffic. I don't like the whole splitting lanes law anyway.
I hate that.
Not great. But.
Plus, you're doing stop and go traffic unless you are legitimately stopped, and then you're playing on your phone. And you're not paying attention to the traffic, and then you're rubber banding. Best case scenario,
right? Which drives me absolutely.
So
insane.
So then you're like, oh shit, there's 2 cars in front of me, and I gotta go catch up again. And then you stop, and you catch up again, stop. And then you're playing on your phone.
Is it only Whoppers?
I don't think I'm sure it's their whole menu.
Oh, I didn't know if it was just the Whopper. Like you tell it, yeah, I want a Whopper and fries. No,
if I want delicious vegan treasures like cinnamon sticks, you better goddamn bring me some cinnamon.
Were they
sticks.
Delicious vegan treasures or what? Yeah. What was it? I feel like there was another
delicious vegan
adjective. Vegan. It was definitely vegan treasures.
Vegan treasures is what.
Was it delicious?
Yes.
Was it?
Delicious vegan treasures.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we get to have some delicious vegan treasures if we choose to, because Thomas will be with us
for part of it. Yeah.
At Grid Life.
Yes.
Though he's been training like a mofo, so I don't know what he's eating
to stay strong.
Oh, he's put on a bunch of weight.
Does he? I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, he's trying to bulk. He's I'm not gonna say what program he's trying to get into, but it has to do with like a specialized medic type of
so you got bulk
but
up.
with so you have to meet certain physical requirements.
Okay.
Yep. So I don't know exactly. He's told me, but it's one of those things like it doesn't. When he tells me, the name of it is not something that I've heard of before, so it doesn't register, and I don't remember it. Can't remember.
So he's got to be strong enough to pick up a typical American.
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe two typical Americans.
So he needs to be strong.
And then like run them to a helicopter or something like that.
Yeah, so he needs to be strong.
Right. So I don't know if he's eaten just like multiple vegan treasures, like all the vegan treasures, or
like
he must be.
Like black bean burgers and
a lot of high protein stuff. Yeah. So I don't know.
So
maybe
when
we'll learn
someone's
something.
playing on their Whopper app to get more fat during a traffic jam, and they make a mistake, then Thomas can come save them. And
he
be
can
strong.
come jump out of a helicopter,
be like, I'm here,
and they come and pick you up, and then
him.
he does like that, like a Superman jump thing into the helicopter, like the Neo thing, in the Matrix, and he jumps, and then he's going to do that into the helicopter, and then
just pushing cars out of the way,
and then he's going to take you to the emergency room or whatever.
Yep.
Sure, that's exactly the job description for the thing he's trying to do.
Absolutely,
that's exactly what it is. The new Camry turd is track ready.
There, air quotes on the track, right?
I don't know, air quotes on the turd. I don't know, I still think that Toyota Racing Development's the stupidest acronym. Turd. Well, Scat Pack.
Yeah, we've gone down this path before.
The Mustang PP.
Yeah. The PP.
The PP.
That's terrible.
Yes.
And this is terrible. Toyota, you stop it. This is like the Corolla S from the Hot Import Night seat, like that time, and then they're bringing it back because it's terrible.
No, I think this is Jabbay's fault.
It's Grid Life's fault?
Yeah.
Because the hot boy scene?
No.
I
think it's, or maybe it's John Burchart's fault.
No.
It's run what you brung, bro. No, man, I think it is.
This is hashtag fun with cars.
This is fun with cars, Robbie.
Hayward's telling these people that this would make a great time trials car.
It would make a great time trials car, Robbie. Think about how comfortable you'd be. Here's the thing. I kind of like it.
No!
Yes. It's 300 horsepower. It goes from 0 to 60 in less than 6 seconds.
That's not bad
It's
at
got
all.
13-inch brakes on the front.
That's big.
It's got an 8-speed auto, which for Joe Schmo that's just getting into this is probably a great transmission.
Got paddle shifters.
It's got some paddle shifters. It's got underbody bracing to reinforce the chassis.
It's got a body kit.
It's got body kit. It's got stiffer springs. It's lower. It's got anti-roll bars. I kind of like it, Robbie. I kind of like it.
It's better than the Edge Sport.
It is.
Or ST.
Didn't say shred anywhere in that article.
Nope.
I kind of like it. I'm pro Camry turd.
You described it in the right way to make sense to me.
But yeah, so think if the SCCA is effective in their marketing for Track Night in America,
which they are,
and they reach out to a guy who's had an interest in doing something, but he's got kids and he has a wife, and there's certain requirements that they have for a car for their family. He can buy that.
Yep.
He can talk the family out of, no, we don't need the Suburban. I'm going to get this. And then he can go off and do a Track Night in America or whatever, stupidly, reliably, and just do it whenever he wants to, and he won't have any problems.
What is a Toyota? So you could just wring the
piss out of it all the time, and then just bring it home. Like, yeah, it's fine. You don't have to bring any parts with you.
Just
tools. You just show up.
Just do an oil change in the near future, probably.
Maybe. I don't even know if you really need to change the oil on a Toyota.
Every 12,000 miles, probably.
I don't know what it is. If you read the service manual, it's probably like 60 or 65,000.
It's a closed system now,
right? It's like that's. I mean, and they're saying they're like, you probably don't really need to, but yeah, change your fucking oil. Don't. Asterisk. Change your oil.
Just joking.
Yeah, change your oil.
Please do.
I don't know who listens to this show anymore, so people get all pissed about stuff.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on oil change intervals?
I do it way too often.
Because now I have the Porsche.
I still stick to the 3,000 miles.
3,000. Okay.
I'll push if right now I'm running fully synthetic and everything, so it's actually kind of pushed out to about 5,000.
Yeah, I would.
When I was in the RAV4, I was doing every 3,000 miles, and I was doing that Castrol high mileage.
Yep.
Blend synthetic. It was like it was something whatever. And I was doing 3,000 miles, and then my transmission would get a dump and fill every 30.
Yep.
And then now with the truck, I'm probably doing fully synthetic every 5.
Yeah, I think in the truck that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and I can once you get towards like probably that last 1,000, I can tell that the oil's starting to not be as good. I'm sure it's fine, but it just sounds different, and it's probably all in my head. But
LSs are weird though. I mean, they consume a little oil, and they, they're like loose. The motor's kind of loose.
Yeah, because like when I'm beating on the 240 at the track too, like after a session, and I start it up for the first time before the next session, it'll puke out smoke once, and then that's it.
It's like it dumped a little bit of
there's a little
oil past the valve guides or something because you were beating on it so hard.
Yep,
or something.
And that's it. It doesn't smoke the rest of the time. It doesn't run funny. It doesn't burn through oil. It's just
pukes for some reason.
Just a little bit.
Do you have a I want to say air oil separator, but that's not what people call them.
Catch can.
Yes,
I do.
You do on that?
Yeah.
Do you get any?
Oh yeah.
Do you really? Okay.
Quite a bit actually.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, it's super effective.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'd say it'd probably be even worse if I didn't have the catch can. So I bet. Let's say the catch can's the size of this liquid death can, which is 16.7 ounces. This is a little bit bigger than what my catch can is. Probably, let's say a couple times a year, maybe let's just say 4 times a year. Mm-hmm. I'll take it off and check it, and it'll have probably a quarter to a third full with oil in it.
It's got like 3 ounces of oil in it.
Yeah, so it's catching a little bit. Keep it in, yeah, and
not enough that you carry oil with you because you're dumping that thing throughout the weekend.
No, it's not. It's nothing dramatic, but it does work.
I've heard that's like a Subaru thing. You got to be checking that all the time if you have one.
Yeah, and the LS it's definitely a thing. So it's I tried to. Oh God, what company was it? There's a supercharger company that had a really good write up on how to plumb in your catch can, and I copied what they did.
Yep,
and it's effective. It works. Again, not dramatic. I'm sure it'd be fine, but might as well keep it out if I can.
You know what you wouldn't need a catch can on, Robbie?
Your Toyota turd.
This Camry turd. I'm sure that it doesn't consume any oil.
I'm mad at you for selling this car on
No,
me.
man. I think it looks not like I'm gonna pull it up.
It's not.
I'm gonna pull it up.
It's not bad.
I think it looks nice.
I didn't realize it had that kind of power. I thought it was just like your Corolla S from like the 2006 era.
Nah, man.
Just the body kits, the 3M tape on it.
Nah, I think it's legit.
Dang it.
I think that
Why couldn't they do this with the Toyobaru?
It's got a. Dude, do you see the wing on it? Look at the wing on it. It's got quite the wing.
It's not a bad wing.
It's nice. I like it. I think it's good.
Why doesn't the? I guess it's. Do they even make those now?
What's that?
The Squains, FT86s. They're new ones. There new ones of those anymore?
The Toyota? Yeah, it's a Toyota now.
Toyota. I haven't seen any in a while.
Yep. Or a Subaru if you can get one.
Yeah, I suppose
most likely not.
Yeah, they're all BRZs. That's where they should be putting their focus on their performance in my opinion.
Well, but I don't know. Who knows what they're doing? But yeah, I like this. It's good. I like the wheels, even though they say turd on them. I like the back of it.
What's
even
the
though it
price
says
of
turd
this?
on it.
Is this like Stinger money or is this like half Stinger money?
No, I don't think it's that much. I didn't see an MSRP on that. Did you?
No, I never saw one. I didn't even think to look.
Let's scroll around here a little bit. Maybe it's not out yet.
Well, what's a 2019 Camry cost?
Toyota USA. And let's go to Toyota's website. And let's go to select vehicle. It'd be nice if that drop down worked. Let's see here. We're looking for a Camry.
Yeah, Camry.
Camry starts at $24,000.
What's their top trim right now?
Let's get, what do we got here? So we got, what are they calling that? Just the TRD pack?
Yeah.
You could get I'm not going to choose the hybrid because I feel like that will change the price. An XSE.
Okay.
Hold on a second here. You can get an XLE V6. It's $34,000.
Ooh. So this is probably in the 40.
35,000 is my guess. 38,000. That's or somewhere in that range. That's kind of a lot of money.
It's not cheap for a Camry.
No, it's not cheap for a Camry.
But you're shredding tires at the track.
And you can put your kids in the back. What else for $35,000 could you buy new that you could track with no modifications and also put your kids in it? And don't say Mustang because that's not.
It's not an option.
It's not an option in this particular
the Ford
scenario.
Focus ST.
The Ford Focus
Is that
ST.
a thing?
I don't know. Can you buy that car anymore though?
I don't think so. Ford Fiesta ST.
You can't buy that.
What?
No, that shit's gone.
One
dude.
of them's still here. The Ford Edge ST.
Cars. Fiesta. So I'm on, let's see, performance vehicles. Let's click on that. You can get a Fist.
What the hell is a Fist?
A Fiesta.
Oh.
FIST.
I got you now.
You can get it for now, but I think I think we talked about on a little while ago that's on the way out.
Well, I thought one of them stuck around. Neither of them?
No, well, for now, but I think it's
it's out.
It's gonna be out of here because
All right,
the new guy
fine.
doesn't like he doesn't like
fun things. Cause, yeah, he killed the GT and the racing and
you could get a WRX.
For a little while.
For as long as it works, you mean?
Yeah.
Right. It wouldn't be as no.
you
no,
get
no,
like
no,
half
no,
the life
no,
of this
no,
Camry.
no. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You can get 300,000 miles without touching this thing.
Right.
Oil changes.
Yes. They're not even showing the RS anymore on here, so that's dead. So you can't get an RS.
Well,
you could get a Golf R, but it would cost probably more like $45,000.
Yeah.
By the time you got the options you wanted, you could get a.
Does the Optima have a performance package? Or is that just straight to Stinger?
You could get a Stinger, but it would be the slow one.
Would it be fast as this though?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, then forget it.
So I don't think that's really an option. Yeah, I think for $35,000 that your options are that or a WRX, and then you've got to have a WRX. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you buy a WRX, then you have a WRX, and you got to buy vape pens and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you got to live that lifestyle. So I think if you're any self-respecting adult, you got to buy that.
Dang it! You really sold me on this car.
I
not
like
happy
it. I think
about
it looks. I think it's bigger than the WRX.
Yeah,
Just,
it's
I think
not
it's
a
a little
small
bigger.
car.
I assume Adam loves it.
Well,
Adam's
he
he's
hasn't
the whole
he hasn't
time.
objected at all.
He's just been making that face.
He's sitting there going, "Man, this makes
a lot of sense. He's making a lot of. He says it makes a lot of sense
because he wants to get rid of that Focus and all those other cars, and then
He can
keeps
get
the minivan.
He can get a Camry
and then he
turd.
can get this.
Get the Camry turd, and he'll be all set.
Sell all the things and buy this.
He's thinking.
Yep.
He's putting it together right now. That's why he's keeping to himself. He's thinking about. He's doing some math.
Figuring out if he sells those cars.
Yep.
And then use that to buy this, and then just what the monthly payment would be, which wouldn't be that bad.
Right.
Those cars would pay for at least half of this.
I can tell you right now because I'm on their website. The summer sale starts
Memorial Day weekend.
Or
Probably.
no, it's going on now. Toyota's they're being very positive about it being summer. It doesn't feel like it, but I appreciate where they're coming from.
Spring.
But they're offering 0.9% APR for 60 months. I mean, how much more affordable can it be?
Extended warranty. How can I lose?
Right, exactly. What is the warranty on this car? It's got to be like
200,000
200,000 mile bumper to bumper. I mean,
if Kia can give you a 200,000 mile warranty, Toyota's got to be able to.
You know what
the
the thing about that is, and I don't know this for a fact, but it's the way I understand the general Kia Hyundai warranties.
Yep.
So if you buy one new, you get a 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty on the drivetrain.
Yes.
But if you sell it,
doesn't that go?
The warranty goes away, I think, after 60,000 miles. Okay. So I assume that it's the same way with that warranty.
Yeah, probably.
So the real way to stick it to the dealership is to buy the car, to get a Kia Stinger, get all the options, get all the stuff you want, and that's the last car you're going to buy.
Yeah.
And just drive it. Like, just drive the living piss out of it.
Within the warranty.
Beat it and beat it and beat on it and beat on it and beat on it and have fun with it and enjoy it and put miles on it. And, they're on the hook for the warranty. I assume it's, drivetrain. They probably figured out that the failure rate on a Kia drivetrain is pretty low, even at 200,000 miles.
Right.
So they're probably not at much risk. And then if you sell it, I'm sure it doesn't go with the car. So
nope.
But could be wrong. But that's how it works with the Genesis line and the Hyundai line.
Yeah,
because
I don't know why it'd be any different.
I was like, why would you buy a certified pre-owned Genesis or Hyundai? Because it has a 100,000 mile warranty, but it doesn't. The only way to keep that 100,000 mile warranty is for it to be CPO.
Right.
So that's how they kind of incentivize the CPO program, but so be it. But with this Camry, I mean, we don't have to. What are you worried about? You're worrying about stuff that doesn't even matter.
It'll last forever.
It will last forever. I think that's it, Robbie. I think we ran through.
We will be at Grid Life next week.
Wait. Yes, next week.
Yeah,
a week from now.
Yes, this will come out Sunday. So
we will still be there at that point.
No, this comes out this Sunday. We leave Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean a week from the Sunday.
Yeah.
This comes out.
Yep.
Technically,
today is Sunday.
Yes, right. That's what I'm saying.
And next weekend,
but it's not Sunday.
Life. Yeah.
Today's Thursday.
Yeah.
But we will also be there on Thursday, but not this Thursday. Next Thursday. But we'll be there. So we'll be
Thursday,
there a week from today.
Yes, but
we'll be there a week from.
Yeah, you're
Sunday, which is not today, but it is today.
You're listening
It'll be
to
a week from
Sunday.
A week from today, which is Sunday. We'll be there, but Sunday's not today.
So to everyone listening on Sunday, we'll still be at Grid Life,
right?
But we would have been there on Thursday,
right? But if you're listening on Monday, which is not today, because today's Sunday or Thursday, then we're not there anymore. You missed it.
Or we'll be there on Thursday. So just
so if you listen on Monday.
We're only a couple days away.
We're going to be there on Thursday, but if you listen on Monday and say, "Oh, they're going to be there in a week," you missed it.
No, then you missed.
But if you listen on Sunday,
so Saturday,
in a week, we'd be there
plus a day,
right,
would be Sunday,
right? Absolutely.
So it already happened.
Everybody's very clear about what we're talking about.
Next week, Grid Life, we'll be there. We'll try to keep up with people that are hanging out and messaging us. Want to do Apex Pro things. Want to do EDM concert things. Is there Silent Disco this year?
You know what? I don't know.
I don't think because there isn't because they lifted the noise ordinance, so there is no Silent Disco.
The glamping is not free. How much is the?
I highly
glamping?
doubt there's any available.
It's probably worth it. Do you know who I am? Not exclamation mark, question mark. We'll throw an exclamation mark.
Yeah, you gotta have both. Gotta have both.
How much is the glamping? It's probably worth it. Do you know who I am? Send. That'll be fun for him when he listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
Later.
Oh, that idiot was sending me while he was on the show.
Yeah, that's how it works. All right, we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.